Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to Relentless Talk Radio. This is segment 2. This is the health and fitness segment of Relentless Talk Radio. I can't believe it's episode 37. It's crazy. So I have Kyna Rosen with me. And so, Kyna, tell everybody who you are, which I just did, but you tell them again and tell them what you do.
Okay. So, hello, everyone. I am Kyna. I am the stretch ninja. And
Woo-hoo!
yeah, woohoo! So what I do is fascial stretch therapy, and then I combine that with sound healing and some other really innovative techniques that I use in the sessions to promote deep relaxation.
And you've stretched me, and I've loved it. I have to come in and see you again soon, actually. My hamstring's really jacked up from I don't know. I think I did yoga when we were on vacation in California. That we were at the Cadillac Hotel on Venice Beach, and there was a rooftop area, and there was like a curve, and I didn't want to make Doc move, so I was on the curve, and I think I just had my foot just a little too off, and my hamstring is kind of a little jacked up. So I'm gonna have you come in and fix that for me.
Okay.
So the benefits of stretching, this is a good segue, are, especially myofascial stretching is different than just somebody stretching you. Tell people about what it is and why it's different, the benefits for it.
Yeah, so fascial stretch therapy helps with muscle recovery, improving blood flow. It also helps with athletic performance, injury prevention. So it also helps calm down the nervous system. So if you have a bunch of stuff going on, say you've got a lot of stress, this will actually help calm down the nervous system as well.
So I have Maggie's asking me where to go right now. So I'm just answering her question. She's in B Live. She needs to be at the Relentless Talk Radio business page to be able to hear what we're saying.
Okay.
So pardon me for typing. So the whole blood flow thing, because you're using like a machine that vibrates, right?
Yeah, so that actually helps warm up the muscles before I do the actual stretching. And it also helps promote a deeper stretch. And then I also have them laying on a heated mat that also helps them melt into the table. So by the end of the session, they're not even wanting to get off of the table.
You know, you're right. I didn't want to get off the table. And what's really amazing about what you do is the sound piece of what you do is amazing. I mean, I think one of the things that makes you so unique is because you incorporate not only the stretching and the vibration, the myofascial piece of it, but you also use sound. And harmonics is a powerful thing for those people who don't know that. Our bodies are harmonic devices. And so when you use like a bowl, you're in your studio right now. Can you show us one of your bowls?
Let me see. Let me turn around here. It almost looks like a salad bowl.
Yeah, it does. But it sounds like so amazing.
Yes, this is one of the tools that I will use, especially if people come in super stressed out, that I will put this on their back just to kind of help chill them out. So I like to say that this is like, when you go to the dentist's office and he gives you a good shot of Novocaine. Well, this is like the Novocaine without the needle.
And you put it on my belly, I think, when I went. I was like, wow, what is that? How cool is that? Because it literally vibrates you from the inside out. It's the strangest, weirdest, most fantastic. So it's an amazing thing. It really is an amazing thing. So you use that bowl, but you also use several different bowls afterwards, right? That make noises.
Yeah, they do all make noises. They're all different notes. So this is usually the main one that I'll actually use on people's bodies if they're okay with me putting this on their back or on their stomach. The other ones I just use as an added effect and just a way to make the experience more relaxing. So
I love that. I love that about poor Maggie is wanting to comment on you, and she can't find the Relentless Talk radio show. So she'll get it later, but I have to pay attention to what you're doing. Let her be where she's at right now. So
do you want me to play this for a second? I don't know how it will come out.
Go ahead and play it, and I'm gonna send a link over to Maggie so she can.
I'll just play the other ones quick for a second since we have a moment. Don't mean to turn my back on all of you.
Yeah.
And there's other instruments in here too. We've got a
so awesome
hang drum, got some bells, have a little wind chime. So got a whole experience going on in here. Essential oils. So it's not just
your average stretching thing, because you come from a personal training background and a yoga background. So you come from a very holistic place. And I love that about you. Plus you're very and I've told you this every time I've worked with you. You feel very safe. I mean, sometimes when people get stretched, it's a scary feeling to have somebody like, number one, some people never get touched. So to have someone even touching you is weird, right? So some people never really even get touched. So to have someone touch you and feel safe is a really important thing. And I think that's pretty cool and it's unusual. So good for you. Good for the people that you work with. So what's your biggest lesson? What's the biggest lesson that you've learned over the years?
Well, before answering that, I want to say that the thing that makes this different from massage is when people come in, they're fully clothed. So there's no weirdness. They're wearing athletic clothes.
Right.
So it's an athletic stretch. So that also makes it a lot more easy for people to just relax, not, knowing there's not any weirdness there. It's so.
I'm thinking as you were saying that, like usually when I've been a personal trainer for 35 years and I am a stretch expert too. I use active isolated stretching for my technique, but usually when I'm doing it, it's in a loud gym and I have to on a table and it's a whole different experience because you're out there. But what you're doing is you're in a massage-like room using harmonics and oil that changes, what's the word? Aromatherapy is an amazing thing. So you're smelling stuff, you're hearing stuff, you're quiet, you're in a private space where you're the only thing that's important in that room is you. And that's a whole different experience than being in a gym and getting stretched out. Not that that's not a good thing too, which is a completely different experience. So if you've been stressed out, you've hurt yourself, you've done some weird wacky thing to your back, this is a great way to alleviate pain, stress. And it's a great experience. It's an experience.
Yeah, thank you. And then back to your other question, you had asked me what was my big lesson that I've learned. So I would say my biggest lesson that I've learned is to take the time for the recovery. I used to have a really fast-paced lifestyle, and I've noticed that a lot of the high-performing athletes are slowing down so they can speed up. And
I was just talking about this.
Yeah. So taking that time to give yourself self-care, take a nap. It's okay if you're having an off day and you need to just take a moment to do a reset. So to give yourself that permission, that is my biggest lesson that I've learned, is to really figure out a balance, and that's what I really want my clients to do, is to really give themselves permission to be able to take that self-care time so then they can do their high-performing job and to be able to feel really good, and that it's okay to be able to slow down. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. Just, sometimes we need to just slow down and take our foot off the gas for a little while,
What happens for me is when I don't slow down, I end up getting injured. And I've had some big injuries. I've blown out my shoulder surgery. I've ruptured my Achilles tendon. I've torn my LCL 98% through. I've had some major back stuff. And when I get injured because I'm pushing too hard, then it's like God just took both my legs out. Like I'm up like the princess in a pea with both my legs up, right? Because I'm doing too much and I'm pushing too hard, and I'm forced to slow down. I have no choice. So I've learned from those experiences that when when you tear your LCL 98% through, don't go hiking 2 days later.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, crazy. I mean, what was I thinking? I mean, like, I knew I'd hurt my knee, but I just thought, it's a little weird. I'm fine, right? And I'm running up Tom's Thumb, sprinting up Tom's Thumb, which is, for those of you back east, it's like a hill like this, right? And I ruptured the Achilles tendon. Within 48 hours of blowing out my knee, I ruptured my Achilles tendon. Now, if I had just said to my people at the time, listen, I can't go hiking. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I just hurt my knee and it's probably not smart. I need to just rest it. Then I would have had one injury instead of two. But I mean, the lessons I got out of it were amazing, right? So learning how to slow down has been something that I've really been working on, especially right now. I was just talking about managing change, absolutely, making sure that I manage change well, which leads me into the next question. How do you manage change?
So the first thing that I do is look at the situation and remind myself from one of my coaches that I've worked with personally. She had told me, Kyna, things happen for us and not to us. And so just having the right mindset and also making sure that I'm giving myself enough self-care time, giving myself permission that if I need to take a nap or if I need to just evaluate the situation and be introspective about the situation so that I have the right mindset for it, because sometimes it can be scary when things change suddenly. And then, reaching out to friends, being in community, making sure that I go to yoga.
Huge for me.
Yeah. So just really, I want to make sure that I'm setting a good example for my clients too, doing healthy things when I'm feeling off balance and giving myself permission that, okay, if I'm having an off day, it's okay. It probably means that I just haven't given myself enough rest. Have you ever heard that acronym HALT, HALT? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you lonely? Are you tired? So, okay, well, maybe I skipped lunch. All right, time to, feed the beast,
Maybe I need to, stop pushing forward and just go out and laugh a little bit. The lonely thing is like a huge deal. People push, and you never take time to enjoy yourself. And I can be a victim of that, just pushing too hard and having to stop and saying, well, hang on a second. I need to back up from that just a second and to remove myself from toxic situations that are tapping me out,
Yeah, absolutely. And that, I think, is another good point too, is making sure that you have some humor, adding some levity to your life. I do that in my sessions with my clients, and a lot of times they don't even realize I'm doing it. And it's a really good program interrupt, is just adding some humor. So if they're laughing on the table, I'm totally okay with it.
It's hard to be panicked and laughing at the same time. I got it. When I was doing my research for today's show about change, there was a lot of stuff about corporate change. Like, you're changing a division, you're changing this, you're changing that. And how do you manage change within your for your employees, right?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, God, most change in my life just kind of happens, right? It's not like I have an opportunity to plan the change.
Right.
I think that when I have the opportunity to plan, then of course things go better, because you're like, okay, well, I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to talk to this person and manage that person's expectations and calm this person down, and just and having and set the I don't know, the tone for the change. I love it when I can go through change and make that happen. But
Right.
for me, more often than not, personally, professionally, change happens like, I don't know, 2008 was a perfect example. It wasn't like anybody could plan for what happened with the economy and the changes that how things affected people, you know, financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, families, you know, the whole thing, and how you have to react and go, well, you know, I was just talking to a friend that lost their job, had to move to a different area. You know, it wasn't like on her list of crap to do. You know, it was just the way it worked out for her. You know, so she needed to okay, I gotta try to find a way to make my life happy in this new season. You know, it's like a storm that just comes out of nowhere and just kind of wreaks havoc and then goes away. You're like, okay, and that was interesting. You know. So I think it's there's two kinds of change. Ones you can plan for and ones that just you can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
So I think even in that situation, just really taking time to slow down. You know, I know a lot of these high performing athletes, they're really working in overdrive on their athletic performance and their training, but they're even more aggressive with their self-care. I mean, the self-care can mean taking a hot bath. It could mean, you know, reading. It could mean spending time with your friends and community, doing yoga. And there's so many different things that we can do, getting out in nature. I feel that it makes the situation a lot better when you have your list of things and resources like, okay, if something comes up for me, where are my resources? What can I do if the shit hits the fan?
And I always tell people, don't wait until the shit's hitting the fan to develop your network.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to like, hi, I'm Michelle. You've spoken to me twice. I'm just going to throw up my life on you. You have to have people in your network. You know, you and I get together every 6 weeks or so and we have dinner and we get dressed up and we just go do something with a crew of girlfriends. You know, just I started doing that a year ago on actually at Christmas time a year ago, just to proactively develop relationships that was about being social and being supportive, and it wasn't about networking. It was just about the social component to it. Because you don't want to be out there, you know, on a limb when a major change comes through and have nobody to talk to about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So planting the seeds, you know, I mean, it could be community, it can be different resources. Just what's your action plan?
You're interacting with people in different ways.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to come in and get stretched by you, and they want to, you know, listen to your harmonics and smell your great oils and have the amazing experience only you can deliver, how can they do that?
So you can go to my Facebook page, which is the Stretch Ninja, and you can reach out to me that way. Feel free to send me a message. I'm also available for mobile sessions. My office is located at 70th Street in Shea, and I have all the innovative, fun, restorative tools here. So would love to hear from you. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.
Well, Kyna, thanks again for coming on. I miss seeing you every Wednesday. I'll see you again soon. I'll sub at BNI Paragon at some point in these coming months. But I know I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for coming on, and thanks for being a bright light in my life.
Oh, well, thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate you and all that you do for us. You're awesome.
Have the rest of your day.
Okay, thanks. You too.
Take care. Okay, everybody. Now we're going to go grab Maggie Keene. She's an artist. And, you know, this is the artist that did the Prince mural that you love so much, Kyna.
Oh, yes. I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
Yes,
and being from Minneapolis, being from Minneapolis, I'm a huge Prince fan.
And I posted about this mural and you just went down there right away with your partner and just totally loved up on it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I love seeing that kind of thing when you tell someone about something, they go check it out and they're like, wow. Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah. All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for coming into Relentless Talk Radio, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Take care.
Bye.